and improviser by early in the night, Maia Vik Villa.
Hello everyone. Hi. How's everyone doing tonight? Great. My face feels like it's falling off. I'm Maia Vik Villa. I'm an improviser. I'm a drag king. And ciao. And I'm a damn good parallel parker. That's right. Yeah. I'm very good at parallel parking. I'm very proud. I've been parallel parking since I was 5 years old. I came home when I was 5 from Disneyland, and I showed my grandpa. And at this moment, let me tell you, I'm not going to call him my grandpa anymore. He's my Mies. I call him Mies. Don't ask me why. I've been calling him that since I was 2 years old. I called him grandpa once, and he was like, "Fresh, you're not going to call me Mies anymore?" So my Mies. I was 5 years old, I come home with my Autotopia license to my Mies, and he goes, "Hey!" And he takes it from me, and he says, "You're not going to get this license back until you've earned it." He takes me out to the backyard. He puts 2 big trash cans width apart the length of my Barbie Corvette. I've always had badass cars. And he says, "All right, Presh, parallel park." And I did. So I earned my Autotopia license from parallel parking. And not only did I get my license, but Mies even made me a registration card. Barbie Corvette, engine number 9333, whatever. It was adorable. And then, when I was 20 and I had a real license given by the government, Mies and I got, and Mom, thank you Mom, we got my first car! Yes, we got my first car. I found her on Craigslist. She was a car of this single mom in East LA. I spent my savings on her, which is a grand total of $1,000. And she was a 1994 Ford Escort wagon in green. And her license plate had JUU93 on it. So when I would go out to get into her, I'd be like, "Hey Juju, hey Juju." And the funny thing about my mom and I when we're looking for cars is coincidentally a few times we'll find a Junebug in the backseat of a car. And we found a Junebug in this car, this Ford Escort wagon, when we were deciding to buy her. And that's why I named her Junebug. And in celebration of spring cleaning, yeah, I got Junebug in the spring. I got her in June. That's a spring, right? I'm from LA, I don't know. Yeah, so I got Junebuggy in June, and the mechanic, Mies and I took it to our mechanic, and he told us, "That car won't last you longer than a year. Don't even bother driving her out of LA County." And Mies and I were like, "All right." Mies and I took care of Junebug for 5 years. Yeah. That's right. Thanks to my Mies, I knew how to change the oil of my car. I knew how to check the tire pressure. I knew how to wash her. I knew how to regularly go to Just Tires. I knew how to go to my mechanic. I got the whole routine down. And when Junebug was starting to like get out of place, get out of whack, it was her transmission. And I don't know if you know cars, because I don't think people know cars like Mies and me. But if your transmission's out, then you're a sucker. Like, you're done. Oh, you're a sucker. Yeah, even while the transmission was dying out, I knew how to get my little funnel from the back trunk, put it in, change my transmission fluid, and take care of her and made her last the whole 9 yards. Mies took care of Junebug for my last 2 years of college, because I went to college in Vermont. Sorry, Mom. And I had to go away, 3,000 miles. And Mies would call me sometimes in college because Junebug had a lot of bumper stickers in the back. And in college, I fenced. So Mies said, "Oh, Presh, I'm driving Junebug around and people are looking at me funny because there's a bumper sticker that says, "This car is driven by a woman with a sword." Yeah, I had so many bumper stickers in the back of Junebug that one time when I picked up my friend Sam got in the car and he was like, "I need to get you a gift. I'm gonna get you a bumper sticker. And it's gonna say, I just needed one more bumper sticker." And speaking of Sam, he and I shared our first kiss in Junebug in the Denny's parking lot on Via Campo, Montebello. These are all like areas that are just so sentimental to me in my home. And yeah, it was very sweet. We're very close friends, and we always had a little something going on. A little will they, won't they. And as Sam adds, can they, should they? Yeah, shut up. And I remember we were sitting in the parking lot, and he looks at me and he says, "I'm thinking to myself, this person, I could kiss this person." And he asked me, "Can I kiss you?" And I said, "Oh, I'll make out with you in the back seat right now." And he said, "Well, let's not get sloppy." So we lean in and we share one smooth, still, warm kiss, and we pull away, and he says, "That was a good kiss." And I say, "But a blowy would be redder, right?" I'm just kidding, Mom. I didn't say that. I said it in my head. But I know how to be a lady, or for me, a lady. And I was like, yes, it was. Yeah. Yeah, we had a couple of good times in Junebug. We were definitely like, stayed up all night, went to Pantry in downtown. It was sunrise. It was like the sun was coming up from Pantry, and we were driving towards the beach. He blows some marijuana smoke into my mouth. "Sorry, Mom." And we drove all the way to the beach shore, at like fucking like 8 a.m. in the morning. And may I just say, like growing up in Los Angeles, as I have, his grandmother had property off Kohler Street in downtown. So I'm 5 generations in LA.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so one of the most sentimental drives, especially being from East LA, and sorry, Rich Baker, that's not Los Feliz. East LA is the city of East Los Angeles, 10 minutes east of downtown. Please, everybody, look at a map every once in a while. I'll pick you up a Thomas guide, I swear. Anyway, one of the most sentimental drives that I did in Junebug a number of times, whether like crazy, weirdly early in the morning or in the middle of the night. One time my friend was mourning the sudden death of her mother, and it was her birthday. And I just showed up to her place. I told her, get out, come outside. And barefoot, she comes outside. I have her get into the car. I hand her some mint chocolate ice cream, because that's her ice cream with her mom. And just silently, I put on music for her, and we drove from Monterey Park through East LA, through Boyle Heights, through downtown, through Echo Park, through East Hollywood, through WeHo, those winding roads of those rich-ass bitches, all the way down from Cesar Chavez to Sunset Boulevard to the beach, and we ran, me mourning my dead dad, her mourning her dead mom, our half-orphans, just like running barefoot in the sand. And I lost an earring, and I was looking all over in Junebug for it, and it was just gone. And I just had so many great memories of joy and mourning and craziness and grief. I definitely drove down Whittier Boulevard and Beverly Boulevard a number of times in the middle of the night, just wishing for my dad, and like driving around Rose Hill Cemetery in the middle of the night. It's not even open. I don't know the point of that. I don't even go to the grave when it's his birthday or his death anniversary, but there I was in Junebug, just like, let me in, Rose Hills, let me in. This is when I want to come. And I would play Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath's album Paranoid on repeat when I was like feeling that kind of rage, Finished with my woman, 'cause she couldn't help me with my mind. Just going nuts in Junebug. So yeah, she's a beautiful car. And I'm in Atwater Village today, and coincidentally, she did pass away in Atwater Village. Why? Well, she's from East LA, like bring her back home. But she passed away under the 2 freeway, like in the middle of the road. And I tried to push her all by myself because Niece raised me like that. Somehow I think I can do that. And luckily, like 2 kind gentlemen came and pushed her with me. We got her into a gas station. We called AA. We took her back to Elmora Street in Monterey Park, where home is. And I remember the day that my mom and I called the tow truck for Junebug to go to her junkyard. And you know, I fucking love old cars. Like new cars are like rounded and like weird. You know, I love that like older cars and 90s cars are like square. Like I love hatchbacks. You know, and so it was just so sad that I would get those cards in my window all the time where it's like, want to sell your junk car? Call 1-800. Sorry, you broke loser. And anyway, and I remember when my mom and I took plenty of photos and videos when Junebug got on that tow truck. And Niece, coincidentally enough, was losing his own strength. And he was my protective man, my #1 man in my life. So he was losing his own strength, and I remember he was weaker and going through his own sickness. And he looks out the window and he's like, Fresh, what's going on with Junebug? And I just tell him, this is it, 5 years, but we did a damn good job. And this is the bumper. This is a piece of the bumper of Junebug. I put a lot of bumper stickers because bitch had a hole in the bumper, probably from a bullet. So thank you everybody. My name is Maia Vik Villa and I'm from East LA.